FIW Tour Pro Clayton Bats here to show you how I rig my new Sling blade from Strikezone lures. This is one I fished with a little while, but I put it back the way it normally comes out of a package. First thing you can see is the wire's a little further out. I normally grab that wire, push it down, but make sure it stays parallel to that hook. That way when you bring it over, when it goes to fall, it will fall straight down instead of having a weird action. That's basically the way I rig it right there with a wire. The second thing I do is with the skirt right here, I move the skirt to each side of the blade. You can see where I've done it right here. That way when the blade runs back, the skirt does not get in the way. I also left the skirt longer on these. I did not cut these. That's for you to be able to make the decision if you want a longer skirt, a shorter skirt, if you're going to use a trailer, if you're not. Basically what I do is I cut the skirt a little bit where that blade hangs down just a little past the skirt after you split it right here. As you can see, this one right here, it has a spring lock for your trailer. My favorite trailer to use on these is a Strikezone zombie fish, and all I do is I get the zombie fish, I go back to the second rib, and that's where I make a cut at. After I make that cut, simply thread it up on there. And I normally go back to right where the little hook slot ends. Make sure you stay right in the middle of that bait. And then just thread it up on that spring. That spring makes it where when you're skipping this bait, you're fishing it around timber, grass or anything like that, or fish short strikes and grabs just the trailer. You don't have to worry about that trailer falling down and it messing up the action of your bait. The key to this bait is to keep everything straight on it. So when you get done with that trailer, make sure it's straight down that weed guard, that hook point's coming straight up, and make sure that your wire is straight parallel to that hook. This bait right here, it excels when you're fishing docks. You can skip it up under docks, not like you can a spinner bait. When you're fishing deep standing timber, brush piles, grass, floating docks. One of my favorite techniques with this is fishing floating docks. You can throw it up parallel to the floating dock, let it get to the end, dead stick it, let it flutter down, and that's when they normally get a bite right there. We made this in 3 different sizes. It's a 3/8, a half, and a 3/4. And I use different pound lines depending on what I'm doing or what application I have with the bait. If I'm fishing deep standing timber that say 25 feet deep, I rig this on a 7/2 rod with an Arctic reel with 12-pound P-line. I want that bait to be able to get down there and just tick the top of those trees with it. That's basically what I was doing this year at Travis. Those trees were a little bit thicker, so I went up to 17-pound line. They were a little bit shallower. They were in the 8 to 10 foot range. If I'm fishing this around grass, on the edges, when I pull it off the edge of it, let it free fall off the edge of it, I'm throwing it on 17-pound fluorocarbon. Even though I throw this bait a lot on fluorocarbon, when I go down to Okeechobee and I'm fishing that thicker stuff, the hay fields where it's a little bit more open, I will go up to braid on it. It does have a strong enough hook on it where you don't have nothing to worry about when you set the hook at that thick stuff. Be sure to check them out at strikezonelures.com or either Tackle Warehouse.